Hi, this is Dave Johnston with DayTradeTheMarkets.com. Recently, my partner Justin Weinrob had a conversation with one of our members who was having some problems in his trading, sort of struggling a little bit, and he ended up by writing a really interesting article that is posted on our website. So here's our website up here. It's DayTradeTheMarkets.com, and then if you just go slash advice dash I gave to struggling traders. You can see there with the dashes in there, the hyphens. You can read it right on our website and make some comments there. But I thought I would also just kind of narrate through this and post it on YouTube, because obviously there's a lot of people that like to watch our videos on YouTube, and there's some good advice in here, and this is some of the things that we like to talk to and discuss with our members to try and help them improve their trading. So I'm just going to kind of read through this and take it from there. So title of this is Advice I Gave to a Struggling Trader. I recently got an email from a member who was struggling. He's still a profitable trader, but he was feeling dejected and confused because he'd recently hit a trading slump and had given back some profits. After learning a bit more, it became clear his focus stopped from being his decision-making process, which is basically making sense of the market, and it became more results-oriented. In other words, he was focused on the money-making and losing aspect of it. And, by the way, that's probably a problem for 90% of the traders, when they're having difficulties. So let me explain a little bit more about this problem, then, share some advice. Hopefully it can be helpful to a lot of traders out there, whether you're struggling or are doing just fine. So what is this idea about process focused versus results focused? So very briefly, it's what we believe to be far and away the key to successful trading, as far as the mental outlook and mental aspect is on trading. It might sound a bit counterintuitive, but let's try and explain that. First of all, it seems that we all got into this business to make money. However, a focus on money only is really a ticket to failure, because it's like playing in a basketball game and you're always looking at the score. You're not watching a ball. You're not seeing where your teammates are and so forth. Obviously, that wouldn't make sense. So, we can relate that to trading in the same way. We've got to be focused on what we're actually doing, not really what the score is. So how do you win? Well, you focus on your process. You focus on making the best decision possible at any moment in time, knowing if you do that, the money will take care of itself. In other words, you can't worry if you're positive or negative for the month or the year or for the day. You focus on making the best decision you can right now. You can't make a decision based on the fact you're having a good day or you need to get your money back. You have to focus on making the best decision you can at any one given moment. So, how can you tell? Well, a good test is whether you sweat every tick up or down. Do you talk to your computer? Can I get worked up? Determine how much you need to make on this trade to get back to even, etc., all that kind of stuff. Well, if that's happening to you, if you have seen yourself doing that, then you're really results focused. If, on the other hand, you're more at peace with what is going on because you've thought the trade through, you've made a decision on your risk and so forth, then you're more process-oriented. And as a result, it's going to put things into better perspective for you, and you can then start getting time to work on your side for your trades. So the other part of this is obviously having some good tools. And our tools that we really like is the Day Trade the Market software, which really helps us a great deal. No matter what method you're using, if you're focused on the outcome, you're going to lose. If you're focused on the process, on the other hand, you stand a very good chance of winning. Our particular software really delves into the market's condition. In other words, because when we take a look at the market, we really examine it through the lens of an option process. So we are drilling down within the day and then using as the background what we think the condition of that market is. In other words, because there's a natural auction cycle, we're taking a look at, has the market moved vertically in the intraday or day-to-day basis, and has it done a similar kind of thing within the day time frame? And so our software helps us to identify that within the day time frame and then these key levels of support and resistance that we can then use our software to actually identify the relative aggressiveness of the traders at these key levels. So that's just a brief explanation of what our software does, but it obviously ties into the overall mental approach that you want to take when you're trading. So what can you do about this? Well, here's the real question. Let me share with you what I shared with this client, but I want to give you a warning ahead of time. Most people won't be able to truly do this. They'll either just give it a try, sort of half-assed effort. But being honest, hopefully you won't be like most people, and you'll actually give this a really good effort, really good try. Look at this as a 20 trade experiment. I promise it will do wonders for you going forward. And hey, if it doesn't, you can always go back to your old way. Okay, it's a 6-part process. So part number 1, don't give a damn about the results of the trade. This is the hardest part by far. But just remind yourself it's a 20 trade experiment. You can do anything 20 times. You can always go back to the old way. But just focus on not caring about the result of the trade for the next 20 trades. Seriously, this means not celebrating a winner, and it means not slamming your fist on your desk for a loser. Total detachment for 20 trades. And trade small size, so, make it easier on yourself, so you're not, you just don't have that nagging, voice in the back of your head being worried about the finances of it, the money and so forth. So, instead, your focus will simply be on identifying the following, which you must also do on paper or on your computer for the next 20 trades. And you can do it on your computer. I really do prefer writing this down by hand. It tends to sink into the subconscious a bit better. So, number 2 is to write down the state of mind you're in, the level of anxiousness or calm, sweaty, every tick, are you detached, and so forth. You really got to write this down because your own state of mind is the very first component in your trading performance. Number 3, write down the reason you're getting into the trade. Not right or wrong, just clearly why you got into the trade. Number 4, write down on a scale of 1 to 5 how great you think the opportunity is. In other words, is everything lining up the way you want it, or are you somewhat swimming against the current of the market? There's no right or wrong here, just rate the quality of the opportunity as you see it. Number 5, write down on a scale of 1 to 5 how risky versus aggressive your entry is. Now, we like to think of trades not as black and white, or right or wrong. Instead, we like to look at them as a balance between opportunity and risk. So simply determine and rate whether you're being more aggressive, in other words, taking on more risk, perhaps by using a wider stop or getting in sooner, or whether you're being more conservative, which could be perhaps waiting on more confirmation or better trade location, which will allow for a tighter stop. And number 6, write down the reason you got out of the trade. Did you get out because you hit your target? Or because you saw the other side of the market coming in and putting pressure? For example, if you're long, you see the selling coming in, that's why you get out. Or did you get out just because of fear? Because you had to take the profit, that kind of thing. But write that down, because then you can reflect on it later. So the conclusion in all of this is that if you do this 20 trade experiment, you're going to find it very, very enlightening. You might not realize it on trade 4 or 11 or 20, but if you do this exactly as described, you will make a breakthrough. You will come to a point somewhere along the road where you get much better in touch with these questions that we're asking you on these 6 steps that you should take. So we'd love to hear back from you. Here's our email right here, info@daytradethemarkets. So see how you've made out with this experiment. I'd love to hear back from you, and hopefully it's helped you. So there's some thoughts from myself, Dave Johnston, and Justin Weinrob. I should probably spell my name correctly there, shouldn't I? Dave Johnston and Justin Weinrob from Day Trade the Market. So all the best of luck in your trading. Hope to hear from you soon. Bye for now.